Overwatch feels like it's become a game of complete numbers, where a player's rank is based off of a set number determined by various factors in competitive play. Much like Season 1 in competitive, Season 2 aimed to still have a visible MMR for players to use to gauge where they stood in the pool of the rest of the player base. However, in Blizzard's attempt to make the matchmaking system feel better, they fell far short while still using a visible number to show the MMR of players. Their philosophy started at the base of Season 1 and simply said, hey, let's multiply everything by 50 and throw rank insignias in there. That'll do it. And you can't drop out of that rank. And at first I was on this train thinking it'll feel better, but in reality the issue persisted just like in Season 1. I think Blizzard should stop putting exact numbers on players to show their exact MMR and simply show a rank insignia instead. So here's my proposal for how I think the ranking system should be in Overwatch for competitive Season 3. The ranking system should go as it is now: Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Masters, and Grandmasters. However, split the tiers up more evenly. Bronze, Silver, Gold, and Platinum would cover 20% of the player base in each respective rank, and Diamond would cover the top 15%, Masters the top 4%, and Grandmaster the 1%, or the top 500 for that respective region. This would put a large portion of players in the player base where they belong, 20% split up between 4 of the main tiers, and simply being able to grind it out from there. So that way it's a little bit more even for people who actually play competitive and playing in their respective ranks. Blizzard needs to do away with the bell curve that allows people to fall on either side of the curve after the start of the season. Placing such a large portion of the player base in 2 tiers spells for a crapshoot of imbalanced teams and having players play together that are sometimes ranked too low for their skill or too high. This randomization and matchmaking has made Season 2 such a difficult season to play in because of the vast difference in teams you can be grouped up with, especially if you solo queue. The other change that I would make is make it so that you can actually be demoted from the rank that you either placed in or ranked up to. The difference here would be that if you do demote, it would be because you truly don't belong in that tier, not simply just watching a number plummet down way below where you were and watching your progress fall flat on its face. Invisible MMR makes me realize I need to improve on my mechanics and not watch a number fluctuate, and when I do rank up, I know it's a testament of my true skill and that I actually am improving. And by placing the player base evenly throughout the tiers will allow for much more evenly matched games in competitive. Blizzard was shooting for a feel better system, but fell short by still using numbers to determine their rank. Just by looking at the StarCraft ladder, for example, there's a much better feeling ladder. Even when I would go on losing streaks in StarCraft, I wouldn't see my number plummet and then be demoralized when I wanted to go try to get better. I would say to myself, what is it that I need to do to get better? And by saying this, I would apply this to Overwatch. Granted, Overwatch is a team-based shooter and there are some differences, but you can always find ways to improve in your play even by seeing numbers fluctuate in the game. However, taking the numbers out of the equation makes it easier for players to focus on the progress internally. This is a personal preference, and I think it would help some of the issues plaguing the competitive scene right now for most casual players. Now, for Blizzard to adequately place people in the right ranks, they'll need a larger sample of games to pull from to gauge where people actually should be. Not by throwing them into a bell curve system and letting them fall to either side of the slope. I'd propose a 20-game placement match pool for the game to pull from and use as a starting point for people's ranks. This will make the price for competitive more expensive and could possibly trim some of the less serious players in competitive out of the picture for what would actually be a good competitive environment. I feel right now 10 placement matches could either go the way of being really good or really bad, and doubling the game pool can only help people provide more data for Blizzard to compile a more accurate picture of where people belong in competitive play. Look, I think Blizzard got a lot of things right with Season 2. Making it a larger scale for people to grind up on and actually putting insignias onto ranks makes it feel a lot better, but I think they need to just do away with the numbers altogether. Overwatch isn't a number game, and honestly, when it comes down to it, I think that people would actually focus on their mechanical skill and what they need to do internally with themselves to benefit their teams more. A physical number just doesn't feel good, and I feel like when I'm trying to progress and I watch my number go down despite my good performance, I just can't help but feel demoralized and not wanting to play competitive play. Don't get me wrong, I love competitive play, I love Overwatch, it's a great feeling game, but the thing is, I think there are little things that need to be tweaked to actually get this game flowing in the right direction. I think Season 3 is a good start for Blizzard to get it right with the ranking system for sure this time. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for me today. I'm Yogurt. Let me know what you think in the current ranking system, and if you could change it, what changes would you make? Let me know down in the comments below. Until next time, take care.